Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Culp, the publisher and CEO at CUInsight.com, and I am joined today by Derik Krauss, the senior website consultant at BloomCU. Derik, hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good, hanging in there. I'm so glad that we had the chance to get you on the show today to talk about our 3 questions all around the current situation going on in the world. And so I'm actually going to just dive right in here. We know that these are really difficult times for so many people in our country, across the world. What is BloomCU doing to help support credit unions and their members during this sort of crisis?
Yeah, so what we do is we design and develop websites for credit unions, and we have clients all across the US. And as this has been happening, they've come to us with certain things that they need, and we've also noticed proactively some things that we can do to help them. So initially, some of the things that have come up are a website can be a good place to provide different resources. So building out a page on a website, or it's a place where you can communicate with members because they're coming back to your website on a regular basis. And so if you need to put a notification out there about how your branch hours have changed, or certain relief programs that you've launched, then a website is one of the best places where you can put that to get the word out, because as we all know, most branches are closed right now, and so it's one of the last remaining communication channels that you have.
Right.
At least the people are going to regularly right now. So that's one thing. Another is needs may have changed for consumers right now. But there are still needs. So for instance, I've seen with some of our clients, they're still getting applications for personal loans, because people might need a personal loan right now when they're going through a difficult time, and they're maybe in a pinch with not having enough cash, so might need a personal loan. Or of course, there's the Paycheck Protection Program,
Right.
and so there's a huge influx of SBA loans coming in, and the place where people are coming to fill out those applications is they're going first to the website of the credit union. And so helping our clients to make sure that they have a page for that on their website, and they have information about that program and a way for people to apply. So something really easy that every credit union can do right now, whether they're whether they work with us or not, is making sure that they have a way for people to apply, which maybe sounds elementary, but rather than just saying, hey, give us a call, setting up a lead capture form on your website is just simply, if all you're doing for now at least is just saying, hey, you're interested in getting a loan through the Paycheck Protection Program, then what's your name, what's your email, what's your phone number, and just generate that lead. So it's sent to the credit union, and now you can follow up with that person and help them through the rest of the application process.
That's so great. So it sounds like BloomCU is really taking the lead on helping a lot of these credit unions make those changes to their websites. So really cool. Great work that you guys are doing. So thinking ahead, obviously we see a lot more people having to use, like you said, having to use online banking and maybe mobile banking, and finding different ways to stay connected with the credit union besides just the traditional branch. How do you think that this is going to affect the way that credit unions do business long term, and even the way that we both work at organizations that support credit unions? How do you think that that'll affect the way that we all do business long term?
Yeah, I was thinking about this question because obviously in the short term right now, where lobbies are closed, you basically are left with people can still come through the drive-through, and a lot of credit unions have their drive-throughs open, or there's the website, or you've still got email as a channel. You still have your mobile app, but it's definitely force credit unions right now to interact with people remotely and digitally. And so I think a long-term effect of that, it's hard to say, once things calm down and start to go back to normal, I'm sure some credit unions will, they'll open up their branches again, and maybe they won't have made a more permanent permanent investment in their digital or remote services. But I think for a lot of credit unions, this is forcing them right now to interact digitally. And so it may take a more digital approach to interaction with members and potential members. It just may become more digital over the long term. And even, some credit unions might also look at it as like an essential part of their business continuity plan,
Right.
because something like this could happen again. And so making sure that you have the right tools in place from a digital interaction perspective. So right now, for instance, just think in our line of work, if you have a great website, then you're probably in a good position for what's going on right now, because people can find things easily. They can still get information from you. They'd have a way to apply for your loans and accounts. Whereas other credit unions where, they have a very poor website, they don't have any way for people to, their call to action on the website is, hey, you want to open an account, come into a branch. That doesn't work right now. So yeah, I think from just being forced to deal with that right now, I think we'll probably adopt some things that then will help them even after this is over, and could be part of thinking about business continuity for the credit union.
Absolutely. Well, and we see, as we think about credit unions adopting more technology like this too, their members are going to be forced to do the same. And as they sort of learn the tools, maybe we'll even see higher adoption from members of some of these tools long term.
Yeah. I mean, if you have never used remote deposit before,
right?
It might be one of your only options now, for instance.
Absolutely. That's so true. Well, let me switch gears here to the third question of our show, the third of three. How are you doing personally? What's been keeping you sane through these trying times?
Yes, I was thinking about that question, and kind of funny. So even before all of this, I guess I'm a little bit of a cave dweller naturally. Like I like to be outside and go out and do things, and I like sports and all of that. But we have an office that I'll go work. I mean, not now. I haven't been there for a few weeks, but have an office I'll go work at. But I'll also work from home sometimes, and occasionally, like a couple days will go by. My wife will ask, "When's the last time you've been outside?" I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess it's been a couple days. And so I guess for me it hasn't been a terrible transition, because I'm already used to working at home and being inside a lot. But actually right now, my family felt like we needed to, my wife, and we've got a couple of little kids, we felt like we needed to get out of the house and get out of the routine. So we're actually down in St. George, Utah right now, hence the red rock images behind me. Just to have a change of pace, and her family has a house down here. So just, I guess, a change of scenery is nice.
Definitely. Yeah, that same home that we all live in can seem a lot different when you don't ever leave and you can't leave. I found it's a lot different being able to leave and not leaving than actually just not being able to leave at all.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely been interesting. I mean, in our line of work, where a lot of us work remotely anyway, fortunately, there hasn't been a huge disruption. But I know people, or obviously, if you're in anything with hospitality or restaurants right now, then it's pretty rough at the moment.
Right. Yeah, it's a challenging time for everyone. It's so cool to hear about what BloomCU is doing to help credit unions and all of their web needs. So thank you so much for sharing some time with us today. I know all of our watchers out there will have definitely appreciate it. And I wanted to do you have any last thoughts that you'd like to share?
I think just as far as something that credit union, a pretty simple thing that a credit union can do right now that's going to help. I already mentioned this, but just to repeat it, set up lead capture forms on your website. So because you'll capture opportunities that you won't if you're just simply relying on someone to call in or complete a whole big long application before they get in touch with you. So I think that's something that could help credit unions everywhere right now, where you need to capture every opportunity you can.
Right.
Especially when there is a decrease in the loan volume right now. So that's something I would recommend doing right away, is just set up a simple lead capture system on your website.
Absolutely. Well, great. Thank you so much again for your time. Definitely think that sounds like an option. All credit unions should really be thinking about lead capture forms on their website. I'm going to link to the BloomCU site in this post. If anyone wants to get in touch with you, I'll have the link right there for them. Again, to all of the folks who tuned in today, thanks so much for watching. Derik, thank you again so much for your time, and take care. Enjoy Utah.
My pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.